there's a brother on YouTube. His name is Kevin Samuels. This guy is absolutely killing it, because what he does is he shows that, in actual fact, you know, the modern family now, which doesn't have the man at the helm, basically calling the shots and whatever else, the alpha male, basically. All right, that is at the core of why society has literally disintegrated. There are more women now, basically in their 40s and 50s, who are single, literally nothing. And so you take a society like that, where there are more women in their 40s and 50s who are single, more single parent families, because basically, whether for right or for wrong, you know, the man is no longer in the home. Where then is your defense mechanism from an external threat?
I could not agree more with what you're saying. I mean, there's this concept known as the suppression of the masculine. And look, these are just archetypes. I actually see so many women having more balls than the vast majority of men out there. You know, people like Monica Smith and my friend Layla and Marie Z. I know that she's been dropping. She is relentless, you know, but it's this idea of when I say masculinity, I'm talking about this principle of drive, determination, conscious. It's the logical, analytical mind, but it's also the spirit of nay. It's the self-defense principle, the principle that says, oh, you're trying to tread on me. I'm not going to take that. You know, the feminine principle is compassion, love.
Listen, Maria Z was on this channel, stated, she stated quite clearly, she goes, Jimmy, I'm willing to die. Same thing with Hannah Jade, I'm willing to die.
I watched that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You see, that kind of energy right there is what we need. Not this, oh, well, look, mate, oh, I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. You know, that's not what we look at as being heroic, right? I mean, even from a very Western modern sense, we look at the hero as someone that's willing to die for what they believe in, and we look at that as being masculine. I mean, we look at figures like whether it was Bruce Lee or all of the most brilliant figures. They're people that are actually willing to plant themselves like a tree beside the river of truth. And this is something that I think it's somehow been it's been taken out of us, you know, whether it's been engineered out of us. People are so caught up wanting to survive. And I think it comes down to the spiritual element. So many people are caught up with survival that they're willing to do, because this is the mentality. It's like, oh, look, mate, I want to be able to get by. I got to do X and Y, my job, and all this kind of stuff. And they're so caught up on the physical reality that they're not willing to stand for things that transcend this survival mentality. You know what I mean? And I think in order to have that kind, like, obviously I know Marie, she's a very religiously inspired person. You have a look at history. The people that have embodied that spirit, they've always believed in something greater than themselves. This is why so many of the religious figures in history, they were willing to die for what they believed in, because they weren't living in fear of death. You know, you find the people that are more, this is the entire New World Order agenda. It is very devoid of soul spirit. It's atheistic, because typically we have a society now that has taken away these Enlightenment principles. Whether or not you're a student of John Locke or you're a student of the Bible, they're grounded in this idea of actual human rights, right? They're principles, you know, unalienable principles. But the current system that we have, we don't believe in this idea of God-given rights, because everything is in flux. Therefore, we can take away your life in order to preserve the greater good. This is what you get with a communist style approach to things. Granted, where we're saying it's in the interest of the whole, but we're forgetting the very principle of God-given rights, which is the fundamental basis of Western society, the common law, the human rights. And this is what allows the bill at the moment is the perfect example of that. It is a complete removal of any human rights in the interest of safety, in the interest of the greater good.
Well, I mean, yeah, look, it's it's the common, or shall I say, it's a very, very clever trick of what you're doing is you're weaponizing the need and the will to do something good, or the will to want to survive, you're weaponizing that in order to perpetrate something pretty sinister and evil.
Yeah.
For example, you know,
That point right there.
we want to protect women. So what do? Men are evil. We don't want men, you know, nobody wants to see, you know, women being attacked or whatever else. So what do? They weaponize that by saying, well, we've got to get rid of men.
Absolutely.
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community?
There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.